Hey, comic fam, I am so excited. One of the local comic shops in my area had a comic book sale, 50 cents a comic in the box. So I went, picked up some comics. They're in no particular order. I was always jealous of these guys like Northgarden Comics on YouTube who are always like, oh, my comic shop had this sale. Oh, my comic shop had that sale. 25-cent comics, 50-cent comics. So finally found a shop out here by me that had a 50-cent sale, and I'm ready to share the books right after this. Alright, welcome back, and don't forget new content every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, sometimes on the weekends, but definitely Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Hopefully I didn't say Wednesday before, because it's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, new content. And don't forget to watch out for my 100 subscriber giveaway. Those entries are already in. I want to do a live show, have some extra giveaways. So once I get that all squared away, we're going to do it. We're going to give away some books. We're going to give away that little prize package of Venom books I had for the 100th subscriber who wins. And then we're going to have a few extra books on the side. It'll be a live show. And if it's not a live show, then we'll find another way to give out more books. Anyway, let's dig into these dollar comics that I found. Alright, so we got Batman #1. This is the King Run that just came out. So this was 50 cents. This is cover B. Not quite sure who did cover B. Oh, Tim Sale. So cover B, Tim Sale. Awesome. Alright. Moving on, we've got Scott Snyder's The Wake. It's like trade paperback format. I guess you can call this a what do they call these books? Yeah, I forget. I'll put it on the prestige format. There you go. But this is Scott Snyder. It's The Wake with Sean Gordon Murphy. It's part 1, so this is issues 1 through 5. 50 cents. I'll take 5 issues of a book written by Scott Snyder for 50 cents with Sean Gordon Murphy doing the art. And keeping with a Snyder property, this is an anthology. This is American Vampire, the anthology, and you got Snyder in here. You got Albuquerque with art, Joel Jones, Bennett. I think Orlando is in here. Yeah, we got everybody here. There we got. Yeah, so. Like I said, Joel Jones is in here, Scott Snyder, Marguerite Bennett, Mirka Andolfo, Kieran Gillen. Raphael Albuquerque actually writes a story in here, he just doesn't do the art. So there are a lot of people in here. Steve Orlando. And this is 2. I'm not quite sure how many of these came out. Had an $8 price tag for the American Vampire Anthology. This is number 2 of however many came out. 50 cents. Again, I'll take it. It's a great find. For 50 cents, I just got the True Believers Annihilus. 50 cents for a $1 book. Whatever. Not going to be worth much, but I want to read up on my Annihilus. I'm not totally up to date with him. This is Uncanny X-Men number 423 for 50 cents. Obviously I overpaid because it has only 25-cent tag on it. But I think this is like a $3 book. There is a price variant where they forgot the black ink. And I think that book goes for like $40 or something like that. That's not this one. And then there's another version of this book, which I think is like a $10 book. I think it's the newsstand. But I'm not sure. So anyway, I got the regular 25-cent version of Uncanny X-Men number 423. Not a print variant or anything like that. Okay, we got Star Wars Landau, Double or Nothing. This is like a movie cover. So I thought that was cool. So we got Childish Gambino on the cover. Alright, This is Hulk #1. Tamaki wrote this. She's currently on Wonder Woman. I just dug all the issues she wrote for Wonder Woman so far, and I'm digging the series. So I was like, hey, she did Hulk. Mariko Tamaki. And I was like, I'll check it out for 50 cents. So this is, and a lot of these books were actually in pretty good condition. They did not come with bags and boards though. So, but yeah, Mariko Tamaki on this book. So it's not a big spec book or anything, but it was in the 50-cent bin. But I really like Tamaki's writing, so pick that up for 50 cents. What else we got? New Mutants 21. Now this is a bigger book. This book is newsstand, but this one is not really in great condition. Ton of spine ticks. Some folding around the edges. The pages are pretty white. You know, even for 50 cents though, this book is definitely worth it. This is the first time that Ileana Rasputin is referred to as Magic. Also, Danny Moonstar becomes Mirage. Doug Ramsey joins the New Mutants. First full appearance and origin of Warlock. Typically, this is a $15 or more book. Found it for $1. It's a Sienkiewicz cover, Bill Sienkiewicz. And, well, no, sorry, did I say $1? Found it for 50 cents. I could probably sell it for $1. And, yeah, newsstand, $1.50. Get $1.50 for that one. All right. Next up, we got Civil War #1. Civil War 2 #1. I actually enjoyed this series. There's a couple of cool things in here. I think this is the death of She-Hulk, the immortal She-Hulk. Civil War 2 #1 is the death of She-Hulk. So at the very least, that's what we have in there. 50 cents. Take it. It's a good book. So we got Superman in Action Comics, or Action Comics #689. This is, I believe, the first appearance of Superman in his black costume. And so with the whole Snyder Justice League movie, the Snyder Cut, I believe they're saying that Superman is supposed to appear in his black costume there. So there was some spec behind this book. I think it's like a $6 book, $5-6 book. But 50 cents, I'll take it. No, not a single spine tick, by the way, on this, guys. So, I don't want to say it's a 9.8, but I feel like it's in the 9s. Alright. We got Uncanny Avengers #1. Rick Remender was on this. John Cassidy did the art. I remember this book being pretty fun. This book is in at least very fine condition. Not sure. I don't know if there's any spec on it. I will check right now. You know, these are 50-cent books, so I wasn't really expecting any great finds, but a couple of those anthologies I found were really cool. Prestige format books. So yeah, Uncanny Avengers, 50 cents, #1, nothing really to it. We also found the A cover to the Batman series with Tom King. So, you know, apparently this comic shop really values the Tom King run, since the #1s were all in the 50-cent bin. But yeah, Batman #1 by Tom King. We did find a House of X #2. It wasn't in the greatest of shape. It's got a bent corner and a spine tick up here. 50 cents, you can't go wrong. This is Moira McTaggart. You find out for the first time ever that she's a mutant. Oh, it's a pretty key book coming out of there. I think it's a 15, maybe a $10 book. 50 cents. Again, it's got a little damage up in this corner, but it was 50 cents. I can clearly make $1 off of that. What 50-cent bin wouldn't be complete with a Luke Cage #1 from the 90s? It's not even Luke Cage, it's just Cage. Got his fancy leather jacket. He's ripping out of his yellow shirt. I don't know why he'd be wearing a leather jacket underneath a yellow shirt. there you go. I saw this, had to grab it. Just 90s nostalgia. We got Superman in Action Comics 687. This is the first full appearance of the Eradicator, also referred to as the last son of Krypton. That's the spec behind that one. Got Action Comics 685, Supergirl in Action Comics. This is just Funeral for a Friend, Part 2. But this is cover art inspired by Action Comics #1. So for anybody looking for Action Comics #1 homage covers, here you go. Action Comics 685. Alright, this one is a fun one. I got Talon Zero, the black and white variant. This appears to be a very hard book to find. Don't think it's worth too much, but I did see one eBay listing for like $140. So yeah, it seems like it's a rare book. It was in the 50-cent bin, so I grabbed it. You know, I don't know what its real value is. I tried like Go Collect, like there's maybe 2 slabs, and I don't know if there's any sales on record. So I don't know. We'll hold it. See what happens. Maybe Talon becomes something to spec on. Still, for 50 cents, that's an awesome book. A book you can't really find out in the wild in the 50-cent bin. I'll take it. Alright. So now, we're going to move on. We have some Justice League Europe books. Oh, there's a little tag on here that says $30. This was just an old bag and board I put it in. This is not a $30 book. But Justice League number 23 is the origin of the Crimson Fox. I don't know. Will she ever be a thing? Who knows? But we also got Justice League Europe number 15. This is the first appearance of Lord Havoc and the first team appearance of the Extremists: Gorgon, Dr. Diehard, Dreamslayer, and Tracer. Okay. 50-cent bin, first appearance. Cool. I'm in. Justice League Europe number 6. This is the actual first appearance of the Crimson Fox. So we got the first appearance of the Crimson Fox. And we've got the origin story of the Crimson Fox. Cool. For $1 total, 50 cents a book. Alright, next up we've got Justice League 33. Now this has an insert with Sonic the Hedgehog, which is like 12 or 16 pages long, and I think that's what makes this book sort of valuable. It's like a 16-page promotional thing. It's got Sonic. It's like a $4 book. I don't know if it's worth anything more than that, but that insert is what makes it worth anything more than 50 cents or $1. Alright, then we have the Batman Detective number 37. Sorry guys, I was looking at this because I actually grabbed 2 of them. Deja vu. But this is the first appearance of Anarchy, who's here. That's Anarchy on the cover. And so it's a minor spec book, again, for 50 cents. Why not? So guys, those were my 50-cent books. I don't think I did too bad. There's a couple of, interesting books. I don't know if I would have bought Justice League Europe if it wasn't 50 cents. And there weren't a bunch of like first appearances in that series. Definitely would have bought the Talon Zero. Definitely would have bought a Civil War 2. Definitely would have got the New Mutants. There's a lot of books I would have got. I would have got the first Superman in the black costume. So there was a couple of cool books in there for 50 cents. You can't go wrong. And these books were not in like really shitty condition. A lot of these books were in pretty good shape. They were not bagged and boarded. So like the House of X number 2, that was not going to be in great condition if I could find it, because it was not bagged and boarded and bent in the corner. But some of the other books were in pretty good shape. Yeah, so I mean, if it wasn't for the ding, but I also don't think this would have been in the 50-cent bin if it wasn't dinged up. So that was a cool find, and you can't go wrong with Batman, especially the first appearance of a character. And number ones, Batman number ones for 50 cents a piece. I don't care how bad or how good, well, how bad a series was. Not that this was bad. I actually liked the beginning of Batman by Tom King. So 50 cents a piece for the A and the B cover. I'll take that. And then, like I said, you got this spec coming out based off a movie. So 50 cent bin. Anyway, guys, that was my journey through the 50 cent bin. Continue to do what you do. I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to go digging for some more comics. They're going to put some more 50 centers out this week and then the week after, so forth and so on. I think for the rest of October. So there's about 2 more weeks into the first week of November. So I think there's about 3 more weeks of 50 cent books. So I'm going to try to check it out as many times as I can, as long as they refresh the stuff. Don't forget, guys, new content Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Please hit that like. Please subscribe. You know, well, if you don't want to hit the like, don't. Hit the dislike if you want. I mean, don't, because it hurts my feelings. But helps the channel, whichever one you do. And subscribe if you like the content. Hit that notification bell if you want to keep seeing me. And that's all I got, guys. So, again, do what you do. Peace. So I finally got a 50 cent comic sale. Now, it got really bright in here. 1 second.